Hello friends, I hope you all are fine and my name is Suchit. Welcome all of you to my channel King's Trap Variation. So today in this video I want to show you how I win against an NM National Master in increment time control, and I also want to show you how to beat the high rated players or beat high rated players than you. So stay tuned till the end. Let's proceed the video. So friends, here my pieces are white and NM play with black pieces here. So I starts with the opening, which is not play in the casual game or rarely seen in your games. Yeah, but it's playable. So let us see what happening in the game, how the game is proceed. So game starts with knight c3, and you know this opening, I think you know. This is known as the Van Geeth opening, right? So black responds with c5, knight f3, knight c6, here g3, knight f6, and bishop to g2, g6, castling short. And here the one point you note in your notebook or in your mind, that when you play against the high rated players, you have to prepare a strong opening repertoire, because opponent is strong, so you must have to prepare a strong opening repertoire. This is the first point to keep in your mind. Yeah, so these are the all theoretical moves that play till this game. So after casting short, bishop g7, pin shadow is bishop, go for the casting short. Then e4, take some space, and yeah, so casting short. Then rook to e1, as you know, supporting the pawn, developing a piece. Black play d6, opening up the bishop. Here d4, central break, it's important, and also open up the bishop in logical way. So not discussing much about this, so it's important move. Yeah, like in Sicilian ideas, as you noticed. So c takes on d4, knight takes on d4, and here instead of retaking on the d4, black play a nice logical move, that is bishop to d7, developing his last minor piece to the active square. And I do the same as the principle say, bishop to d3 and rook to c8, bring out the rook to the semi open file. Yeah, it makes sense. And let us see, I make a king h1, a little prophylactic move, and in future maybe there are some plans to put the rook on the g1 and hope for some counterplay to the king side, opening up the lines somehow. Let us see how the game is proceed. And black go for the queen a5 to transfer the queen to the king side and hope for some attack. So I play f4. As you know, f4 f5 or h4 f5 h4 h5 are the two aggressive response from the white side against the Fianchetapov formation, and it's playable. I know normally rook stay on the f1 for this attack, but sometimes it also makes sense. Yeah, so knight comes to g4, targeting on my active bishop pair. And as you know, in chess bishop pairs make importance. Yeah, so we have to keep the bishop pair, not give. So bishop back to g1, I don't want to give my bishop pair, I love it. Yeah, so queen to h5, black slowly transfer his pieces to the king side to have some play, but I move a passive knight f3, but a solid stabilized move. Yeah, not an issue. So now black go for the a6. The idea of a6 is just for the creating a minority attack to the queen side. Yeah, of course it makes sense. So let us see what I do. I make here a move e5. Yeah, and it's also logical move, not a waste move. It gains space, and at some point I bring my knight to the nice outpost to the e4, and also attacking the undefended piece. If d takes on e5, then queen takes on d7, 3 bishop attack on the unprotected piece. These are the two logics. Let's proceed the game. Yeah, rook f2 d8, just protecting the bishop. Now takes, and now bishop to f5. Here I am little bit passive, and queen to c5. Then finally bishop takes on c2. Black offer exchange, and I happily accepted, because black has the double pawn that considered as a weakness, so I take it. And from here I make 2 to 3 very funny but very logical move. First h3, kick out his knight, knight to f6, kick out his bishop. Rook c1, kick out his knight, kick out his bishop to the f5. Now knight h4, again with tempo, attack on the bishop. Again bishop go to e6, but not over. Let's f5, again with a tempo move. We kick out his bishop to the d7, passive square. Now what will I do? Any idea? Here knight e4. So I make a plan and give the sacrifice on the b2. Yeah, so opponent take a little time, nm, and just accept it, right? So knight takes on e4, not make sense here. If I take with the rook, so I take with the bishop. So knight exchanges, activate my bishops. There are 3 pieces to the king side, opponent's king side, and for 1 pawn. So bishop takes on b2, accept my sacrifice. This is a plan. Rook to c2, bishop back to f6, wasting 1 tempo. We consider as wasting 1 tempo, attacking on my knight, but it's okay. This is a plan. First rook come to c1 with tempo, then c2, rook c1 to c2, c2 to g2, and the plan is just to pushing the g4, g5, and place our rook in front of the king, open line king. Yeah, so what, black go for the b5, nice queen side expansion. Queen side wants to take some counterplay black, so it's okay. So first I bring back my knight f3, because directly I push the g4, my knight is hanging, so I first take my piece back, and it makes a sense. So knight a5, queen side counterplay here. Now come a beautiful g4 push, takes, then knight to c4. Black totally ignoring his king side and expanding his queen, expanding and carrying towards the queen side. It's little bad, but yeah, knight c5 knight c4 make a sense to controlling, and at some point he come to the king side to protect his king. Okay, I proceed my attack. g4 and g5. Here black nm make his final mistake, and the game is just finished from this side. Can you guess? This bishop to e7. Now its game is just over. Yeah, final attack, final finish. g6. So h takes on g6 is a little bit force. Otherwise, if I take, then takes, and as you know, takes with check, king takes, this cover check, and this is a free bishop, so he has to force to take. Now I take, and here, as you know, the game is just finished. And final mistakes, as you see in this game, the f5 push. Now bishop to d5, attacking out the king. And now after king to g7, just take off the bishop, and here the enemies just resign the game because nothing is left in the game. Of course there is a chance to go on towards the f8 square, but not make much sense. After g7 check, king here, just make the queen, and this is insane. I mean to say, game is just over. And what there is nothing, right? Then this leads to a checkmate. Yeah, nothing left in the game, and that's the whole point. So friends, first thing, what do you think? Build up a strong opening repertoire, build up an intuition that you beat your opponent, right? So how can we do? Yeah, I suggest that you must have to join our GC Academy. Why? Because in our academy we teach you the topics: how to build the opening repertoire, how to evaluation of the position, exchanges, right? And how to think in the middle game, and how to think in the end game. These all things we are teaching you. Yes, and our coaches are 3 IM, 1 GM, and 2 FI, and they are very experienced player, PD rating above 2200, right? And we provide the recording lecture also, right? So at some point you unable to attend the class, there are many reasons, so you have no problem, you just access our recording lectures and enjoy this. And for the fee structure and who are the GMs, the name of the GMs, the all details, for all details you can contact me personally. I give my number in the description box. Yes, and the fees, of course, this academy and these lectures for only for the dedicated players. Yeah, fees are little bit high because experienced title player are not that much cheap, and it's okay, right? So these are for the dedicated players. As I just for an idea, fees is little bit high, but advantage are more than. And on Sunday we organize a practice tournament, so it's improve you a lot. So for more details you can contact me in my number. So that's it. Share, like, and subscribe, and apply these all concepts in your real game, and that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.